about how stunning this is, though, because up until this point, we couldn't cut 1% off the increase in our debt. So every year it increases and everybody just accepts it. And there's been proposals, hey, how about we just cut 1%, not off the budget, but just off the increase of the and that's what they do.
Yep.
And so with these cuts, they're going out of their minds.
Yeah, you would think that since he's talking about just cutting the fraud and waste at this point, you would expect Democrats would be cheering this, right? I mean, that's what they've been asking for 15 years now. And now it's finally happening.
Yeah.
Because we had the Obama clip. Remember that? Yeah. This was their whole thing, so they should be excited. Of course not.
Yeah, well, Barack put Joe on it.
That's right.
So.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And look at the job he did.
Yeah.
He was on it.
Everybody knows you don't mess with Joe.
No, that's right. What you said.
Yeah.
Elon had more.
We actually want to be careful in the cuts, so we want to measure twice, if not thrice, and cut once. Actually, that is our approach. They may characterize it as shooting from the hip, but it is anything but that. Which is not to say that we don't make mistakes. If we were to approach this with the standard of making no mistakes at all, that would be like saying someone in baseball's got to bat 1,000. That's impossible. So when we do make mistakes, we correct them quickly, and we move on.
Yeah.
There you go.
How is that not reasonable? How can you not agree with what he just said there? Because they hate his guts. And
absolutely.
And he's tied to Trump, and they hate him even more. All right, getting back to the Musk interview, he was also asked about recent comments he made about Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona.
You know, a lot is coming your way, but sometimes you say stuff or post stuff that gets attention.
Sometimes.
You give it out, in other words. Democratic Arizona Senator Mark Kelly posted on X about his trip to Ukraine to push for continuing to send U.S. weapons and support there, and you posted that he was a traitor. Well, why do that?
Well, I think somebody should care about the interests of the United States above the interests of another country.
Yeah, thank you.
And if they don't, they're a traitor.
Yeah, but he's a decorated veteran, a former astronaut, a sitting U.S. senator.
So?
It doesn't mean it's okay for him to put the interests of another country above America.
Ow. Nice.
Obviously, there are some Republicans who think supporting Ukraine is the right thing still, but there is a battle back and forth about how do you think it comes to an end?
Is that his son in the background?
Well, I think there will be a negotiated peace.
Not really.
And the thing that we should be concerned about is we should have empathy for the thousands of people that are dying every day in trenches for no movement in the lines. So the borders remain the same. For the past 2 years, thousands of people have died every week for nothing. For what? And I take great offense at those who put the appearance of goodness over the reality of it.
Right. Thank you.
Those who virtue signal and say, "Oh, we can't give in to Russia," but have no solution to stopping thousands of kids dying every day. They just want that to continue forever. I have contempt for such people. I don't want to make that clear.
Yeah. So you're optimistic.
Because they're virtue signaling, and their lack of a solution means that kids don't have a father. It means that parents lost a son. For what? Nothing.
I'm glad he didn't back down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Boy.
Nice.
Yeah. And a couple of comments underneath that clip were spot on. One said, whenever Elon says, "Let me be clear," he's pissed because the last time he did that, he said, "Go F yourself." And flipped off Disney. Yeah. And then some other comment made a great point. The day that Elon was rescuing the astronauts from space, Mark Kelly was tweeting out that I'm selling my Tesla because of Elon Musk and blah, blah, blah. So spot on, Elon.
Yeah.
Absolutely accurate.